Alright, you're welcome to this audiobook. This is Uche A, the author of this book, Minding the Mind. And this is an audiobook. Chapter 1 says, Breaking Free from Fear's Grip. This is under the strategies for overcoming fear, trauma, and emotional pain. Fear is one of the most emotional forces shaping human behavior. While it is a natural survival mechanism designed to protect us from danger, fear often extends beyond real threats and becomes a silent controller of thoughts, decisions, and life directions. So, yeah, it's telling us something about fear that is not a regular thing. People just believe that fear is just something you see and it just makes you scared, like you just suddenly get scared. No, fear is something that cripples you slowly. It affects you slowly. It doesn't just affect you once. Before you can get to a point where you see something and become so scared, it started somewhere. It started coming somewhere. I mean, you cannot just be scared of something. Imagine you are looking at a stone, a piece of stone, just one stone. You will not just be scared of the stone. The only time you'll be scared of the stone is when you've been seeing some strange movement. You realize that the stone can fly. The stone can just, move itself, and the stone has destroyed something in your presence. At that point, it's natural to have this fear of what may happen if I'm not careful. I mean, what may happen if I'm not careful? So, fear it's something that comes slowly and slowly and slowly, and it affects a whole lot of things. That is what this introduction is telling us. We are still under chapter 1, breaking free from fear's grip. So let's go under number 1, like the number 1 point under this chapter 1, and that's understanding fear impacts on daily life. Fear influences daily life more deeply than most people realize it. It often operates subtly, like I said, slowly, shaping habits, choices, and even identity. Before someone becomes so scared, there have to be something that slowly brings about it. That there have to be something that slowly brings about it. It cannot just happen. Fear cannot just happen once. You cannot just wake up from a nightmare and just have fear. No, it must be that the nightmare linked you to something that has been happening. You now feel like, oh, is this why something has been happening? That is the only thing that can build fear in you. So, number 1, understanding fear impacts on you. What fear can do every day to you, like what it can do every day to you. Number 1, that's fear is a psychological driver. It drives your mind. It controls your mind. Adrenaline and cortisol is when you are paranoid, you are scared that something would harm you. Just like the example I gave regarding that stone. Imagine you see one stone is standing up and flying itself and hitting something. If you see other stone, even if those stones are not harmful, you will want to think those stones are harmful. So that is the daily impact of fear. For those in business, you got scammed in a particular business. Just because you got scammed, the fear of, oh, I don't want to get scammed again. You say, no, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to do anything with this business. Anybody that is selling it, whether you think you're not a scammer or not, I don't want to. It is fear. Let me quickly move towards the next one. Behavioral consequences of fear. We have procrastination, we have overthinking, we have self-sabotage, we have avoidance. When you're fearful, your behavior, it affects the way you think. It affects the way you do things. Number 1 is it affects the way you think. That's A. The B is it affects the way you do things, how you carry out things. You tend to do something later. When you are scared that, oh, maybe you want to pay for a particular course, you want to pay for a particular thing, and you are scared that, oh, I don't want to be scammed, then you start procrastinating. That fear alone, can, put you off. It's already a delay. That's a behavior that is already causing delay, like physical delay for you. Overthinking, it makes you overthink things that you're just supposed to, take up and do. You start thinking, oh, won't this thing fall on top of me? And, you start thinking, won't this thing fall on top of me? Just like somebody that wants to drive through a long distance, and the person is thinking, oh, won't I have accident on the way? Won't I do this? Won't I do that? All these things is overthinking. You tend to overthink things. That's that about the behavioral consequences of fear. Then now move to C. Fear effects on identity and self-worth. Repeated fear-based decisions gradually shape self-perception. Individuals begin to see themselves as not good enough, or not capable, or not ready. You start seeing yourself low, like low self-esteem sets in. Just because you're scared, oh, what will people say? How will they see this? I mean, you start downgrading yourself. Maybe you want to go for a meeting, and you want to go for a celebration, a ceremony, and you are thinking, oh, because I don't have up to the amount of money that people will spend there, I cannot be there. I don't want them to oppress me. Bro, nobody's concerned about that. In fact, anybody that feels like they can shame you for not having more enough to spend, rather than the person shaming you, the person should give you that money to spend. That's the simple thing. You should have that mindset of, if people can shame me, if they say, oh, it's a shame, it's a thing of shame for me not to have this, they should give it to you. It's as simple as that. There's no shame in not being able to do anything. It's just an opportunity for you to learn. An opportunity for you to learn. I mean, just an opportunity for you to learn again. So that is that about that particular aspect. So number two, under breaking free from fear's grip, we are still under fear. Number two is identifying fear patterns and triggers. Understand how this fear happen. Number one of how fear happens, that's A. We have the common fear patterns. Fear tends to repeat itself in predictable ways, such as fear of rejection in relationship. You're in a relationship and you're scared. You're feeling like, oh, what will people say? How will they see me? What will they say about me? How will they, how would they think about me? How would they imagine my kind of person? You're in a relationship and you're thinking all these things. It calls for, self-reflection. Anybody can reject you. Get used to rejection so much that it doesn't get so much into you when it happens. Fear of failure in career or academics. Failure is a normal thing. I'm not saying it's okay to be careless about your grades, but when you start seeing failure as the last bus stop of your life, it is fear speaking. Don't allow it. Fear of uncertainty when facing change. You want to do something and you're saying, oh, how will this thing happen? I don't know how it will happen. You're scared. You are entertaining fear. This is not me telling you that you should not, discipline yourself or be conscious of consequences. You should be conscious of consequences. You should know that consequences would come. There will be consequences for actions. But that should not put you in a position where you start to, imagine fear, start to see fear as something that should stay. So we have more points on this. And I'll quickly scroll over to the other one. Please get the book. The book is very important. I don't know how you can enjoy the audiobook more without having to get the book. You still have to check the book. Get the ebook. Open it and read it. Once we have the hard copy, we can start sharing it around. It will be made known on our page. Just check out Mend Your Mind on all platforms. This is sponsored by Mend Your Mind. So just check out all our platforms. You will see there. Get the book. Is very necessary. Very, very necessary. So number 3 here is strategies to reframe and overcome fear. We have the reframing fear as information, not authority. That's A. Fear is giving you a sign. It is not directing you. Fear should not direct you. It's giving you a sign. It's giving you an information. Just like somebody coming to tell you that, oh, they said nobody should cross that road for now. They say nobody should pass that, that route for now. You should not start putting fear in you. Something bad is happening there. It's just an information. Put it to mind. And, continue your life. You should not, make it look like, oh, that's the end of my life. That's the end of my life. No, you should not make it look like that. So the next one here, that's for B, is challenging limiting belief. You should be able to challenge your fear. Talk to your fear. Look at your fear and tell it that, no, I cannot be scared. I can go through this. Before I started making this audiobook, I was going through something and, I told myself that, I wrote it down that, Uche, you can do this. You can tell yourself that too. Uche, you can do this. Call your name. Replace the thing with your name. You can do this. Challenge limiting beliefs. Anything that makes you feel like you cannot achieve something, challenge it. Tell yourself that I can do it. That is it. You can do what you can do, not what you believe you can do. You can do what you can do. If it's something you know that on a normal basis, if all things are equal, you can do it, then tell yourself that you can do it. Don't start entertaining fear or telling yourself that, oh, I'm not sure, oh, I'm not sure. All those things it would end up. So let's quickly conclude this particular aspect. This part this chapter. Let's give a wrap up here. Breaking free from fear's grip. Choosing courage over comfort. Breaking free from fear's grip is a conscious and ongoing process. Fear may never fully disappear, but it does not have to dictate one's path. When individuals understand fear's influence, recognize its pattern, and apply intentional strategies, they regain self control over their choices and directions. When you understand that fear would not totally go, fear is a normal thing. Like, I mean, you should have fear, but see it as an information, see it as a sign, not as an authority, not as something that will rule over you, not as something that would start directing you. No, fear should not direct you in anything you do. Oh, fear of I will lose money in this business, fear of, oh, I will lose something. Fear of I'm going to fail, fear of I'm going to fall sick, fear of I'm going to die, fear of I'm going to be killed, fear of I'm going to get sick and probably, the sickness will get worse. Don't live in fear. Just get the necessary information that is needed per time and work towards it. Fear shouldn't control your life. Rather, it should be a tool. Use it. Use fear. Don't allow fear use you. Don't allow fear use you. You use fear. And that is the best way. That is the very best thing to do. I mean, at any point in your life, that is the best thing to do. All right, I believe you got something from this. I mean, I believe you got a lot from this, and I'll still encourage you. At every chapter of this audiobook, I'll tell you, get the book. The book is just 2,500 naira on sellers. It's selling on seller. Go and get the book. Read it and read it all over again. Read it and read it all over again. It's something that, after reading, you'll be glad you did, because it has a lot of things packaged in here for you.